Hello again, VC. Dan here. Welcome back to Vinyl Fury. As I said in the last video, I have a pile of records that I've purchased over the last several months that I haven't shown yet, and I'm here to do that. So I'm going to show a few in this video and then do another one and have it up a little later. So let's start with something I did recently that I haven't done in quite a while, and that was go to the record store and buy some records. Just had the urge to do it, and I haven't for a long time. But it was nice, and I got a few things that I've really been wanting for a while. First is the debut from Poliça, Give You the Ghost. This is a synth pop group from Minneapolis, and this came out in 2012. It's a pretty interesting and kind of unique sound, especially because of the vocal production. There's a lot of delay, reverb, and effects on the vocals that kind of give it its own space, and it's kind of mixed like another instrument. So I often find myself, even though there are great lyrics, often just listening to the voice, the sound of the voice, and not really the words. And it all blends together really well. They have another record that came out last year. I just saw them play a few months ago, and it was really good. Love this record. Been wanting to get it on vinyl for some time, and finally got it. It's a 180 gram pressing, pretty nice. Definitely check this record out if you've never heard of it. Washed Out, Life of Leisure. You're probably fairly aware of Washed Out, electronic ambient music. This is an EP, and it has the track Feel It All Around, which is now pretty well known for being the theme song to Portlandia, the television show, based in Portland, Oregon, of course, which is where I live. I love that show. Actually, the Feminist Bookstore sketch that you've probably seen, that's actually filmed about 6 blocks away from my house, which is pretty interesting. I've seen the production trucks and stuff there not too long ago when they were filming the most recent season. Anyway, love that song. Really gotten into Washed Out over the last year, and finally found this for a decent price at the same record store over the last few months. I've looked at it, and it was like $30. I don't know if it was an import of some sort, but this was like $14, which is very reasonable, so finally got it. And I also took a look through the jazz section, as I often do. Checked out the Wes Montgomery record to see if they had anything I didn't already. Came across this Tequila on Verve Records. Gatefold there. 1966. Tequila is a very famous song. Wes plays it really well. Awesome arrangement. It looked a little rough. There were some surface scratches, but it looked like it would play through. You know, this 60s vinyl is known for being able to take a bit more of a beating and still play very nicely. And it did. And this was $4. And this was also a really neat trip for me because I found a grail. At least a grail in my mind. Because I've been looking for this record for a long time. Over 4 years. Never seen it in the wild. Very rarely do I see it online. And it's either a European copy or a promo copy of some sort. It's not cheap. It's just very elusive for some reason. It came out in the early 90s, which is probably one of the reasons why it's so hard to find. And I was kind of thinking it may take me a very long time to be able to find it. But every time I'm in a jazz section, I look just to be sure. And wouldn't you know it, I finally came across it. Earl Klugh, Midnight in San Juan on Warner Brothers Records from 1991. Now, I found an Earl Klugh record at a Goodwill. Within the first few months, I started collecting. I bought it just for the cover. I thought it looked interesting. I thought it was, from the cheesy 80s cover, I thought it was some kind of, pop R&B stuff, but he's actually a jazz guitarist. And most of his stuff in the 80s is on a major label and, kind of leans toward the 80s cheese jazz vibe. But he's still a great player, and I still enjoy the music. And this has a bit more of a Latin feel. You know, the music is pretty standard Earl Klugh, which is not a bad thing. But it's just really cool to finally have this in my collection. As far as I know, this completes my studio album collection of Earl Klugh records. Once I bought that first one, I just kept looking for more and buying all the ones that I could find. But this one has been the one I've been looking for to complete that collection for a very long time. So to finally come across this was pretty neat, and I'm glad I was able to actually find it myself. The thrill of the hunt, you know? It's pretty cool when you find something that you've been looking for a long time. So Earl Klugh, Midnight in San Juan, finally get to cross this off my list. And finally, some VCLT. I heard from a guy named Tim who lives in Belgium, and he sent me some records a couple years ago now. One of them was Michael Kiwanuka, Home Again, which I had never heard of him before and loved that record. It was really good, and I was really appreciative of that gift. And I haven't heard from him in a while, and then just out of the blue, he sent me an email saying that there was a record on the way. And it was this, Melanie DeBiasio. The album's called No Deal. And this was released on Play It Again Sam, or Pius Records. And this record is something else, man. I was really impressed. Everything about this, from the cover to the production sound to her voice, is very reminiscent of an older time. It sounds of the 60s. You know, it was the same thing with the Michael Kiwanuka record. The cover, it looked like it was much older. It looked like an older record. So does this, but this came out last year. It's jazz, it's soul. It just has this vibe about it that's very attractive to me. I love the tone of her voice. It's really just something you need to hear, actually. But this is a very nice pressing. It sounds great. Just a fantastic record. I love that there's music that is coming out now that sounds like this. I think that is really cool. She is from Belgium, I believe. But you can get this record on Amazon for, I think, around $20. And I highly recommend that you do. I really enjoyed this. So that's it for this video. Got a few more to show, and I will be back next time to do that. So thanks for watching. Take care and enjoy your music.
It's hard to let them go. You belong to somewhere for some reason, 'cause hope seems